Welcome back to this four-part series. This is video 4 out of the 4 videos. So today's video is going to be about square 3 and where it all gets real. So square 3 is where we are in the slog of creating what we're wanting for ourselves next. So we think this is the place where we just get busy, we take action, things start happening. But what really happens in square 3 is we're trialing and making errors and having to refigure things out because the way that we've decided to take action, the dreaming and scheming from square 2, isn't really working in reality in square 3. So it's a lot about taking one step forward, 2 steps back, rethinking things, and a lot of trial and error. So before I get into a little bit of explaining my situation where I am in square 3, I want to explain a little bit more about what square 3 actually is in Martha Bick's change cycle. So in square 3, it's called the Hero's Saga, and it's because really this is where you have to be brave, you have to go forward in the world, and you have to do what you think you need to do, even if it's really hard. So you're taking action based on what you want to create. And so it's putting yourself in the real world and beginning to do the things that will create this end result that you're after. So it moves from this internal work that you really were doing in square 1 and square 2 and becomes the external work that out in the world you're actually trying things on. So for my example, it's definitely about trying YouTube. It's about trying different things that work for me, getting feedback from you, finding out what works for you and what you want me to say and what's resonating and what I'm not telling you that you want more of. This is where the ideas that you had, that you were dreaming about, really become the reality. So in square 1, the caterpillar goes into the cocoon in this safe place to do that deep inner work. Really not a caterpillar is just breaking down. So in square 1, the caterpillar is breaking down completely into liquid, whereas with humans, we're breaking down all our pieces, our stories, our habits, so that we can look at them again and decide what we want to keep and what's ready to be let go of. And then in square 2, that caterpillar is beginning to dream about what's next, is beginning to choose and reform some of those pieces. And as humans, we're dreaming and scheming and trying to come up with what it is we want next in our reality. Then in square 3, this is where that butterfly is now formed and it's ready. From square 2, it was forming itself. And then in square 3, it's time to fight its way out of the cocoon into the real world. Now, just like humans, we also are ready to go out into the real world and begin to try to see what it's like now that we're in this new designed person, that we've reassembled all our pieces and come back together. We're ready to go out into the world. So with a caterpillar who's ready to come out of the cocoon, if you help a caterpillar make its way and fly off into the world, it actually isn't strong enough to be able to survive. So us humans, it's the same sort of idea where there is a struggle as we are trying things on, we're pushing our way forward, we're trying all the things that we had dreamed about and schemed about, and it is a bit of a struggle. So as we're pushing our way through, it's actually making us stronger and ready to launch ourselves off into the world. So one of the things to really remember about square 3 is that you are meant to try things out and many of them will fail. So this is where you're falling down when you try things out, you're getting back up, you're trying again, you're making little tweaks, and you continue to try until you begin to get it right. Now, I want to give a little bit of an explanation for me. So when I went to my video that I described about square 2, I said how I had been thrown back into square 2. Now, a lot of times in square 3, what happens is that as we are trying things out and as we're figuring out our way forward, taking action, sometimes we'll hit against something that we know is telling us we need to go back and do some work in either square 1, square 2. And I want to show you my journey as I go through evolving and changing and learning and struggling and going back and coming forward. So this is all part of it. And I want to be really vulnerable and authentic with you so that you can see what it actually looks like to go through change. So remember, square two, the struggle is what builds your ability to go off into the real world. It builds your strength, and it's what is requiring you to be resilient so that you can get the results later. We all have our own different transformations that we're going through, things that we are trying to create after we've let something go. And as I said, for me, what I'm trying to do is to reimagine my whole business and also make sure that it's aligned with my current needs of having MS and my reduced energy, so that I can really function well in doing my business. So in square three, what I've been doing in the last, really since I think it's September now, is showing up weekly, putting these videos on. I've had to do a lot of trial and error. I've had to learn new things. How do I actually do YouTube? What does it look like? I've done it before. And what I was having to really accept was that this wasn't going to be a polished end result for you. But I really, really wanted it to be something that you would find useful, that you could actually go and use in your own life in some way. So I'm using these videos to try and get better and better at delivering for you something that will help you through your own change. So some of the things that I dreamed about in square two with my YouTube videos was that I was going to go through these different types of change so that everybody would be able to kind of see themselves in the change. But it's not really working the way I wanted it to. So instead, I want to focus on using mostly me and other stories when they fit in well, about different kinds of change, because it's not really the change that I'm supporting you with here. It's learning how to do change. So it doesn't matter what the change is. So this is what I want to share with you and support you with as you go through unknown number of changes in your life, to really know how to do it so that it doesn't matter what's happening. You'll always be able to find your footing and begin to move forward in the direction that you're ready to go next. One of the biggest things that I was able to decide on as I was trialing things out and beginning to find my way on YouTube was to create what I've called the Iterate and Evolve ritual. So this is something that I've been doing on Sundays. And after I record a video, what I do is I sit with on Sundays, I have recorded the video during the past week, and then on Sundays I sit with myself, I meditate, I get still, and I allow myself to think about where I'm at and how I'm feeling about the video and how I'm feeling about my business in general and how I'm feeling about my health. So each of these things, I just want to sit with myself quietly and allow myself to process and think about anything that comes up about that past week. So I ask myself these three questions. So number one, what went well? So I want to focus there. This is important for me to still feel motivated, to still really acknowledge that I am growing and I'm learning and I'm consciously becoming the person I want to be on YouTube and for you, and taking care of myself. So I always check in with what went well. So thinking about moments where the videos were really aligned with who I want to be, how they are with my values, and how they are with me supporting you and offering you mostly what is why I'm here, is the support in going through change as well. And I also make sure I check in with what felt authentic and what felt really real to me and connected to you. The second question I ask is, what could I improve? So I want to make sure I check in with what areas are still not quite right and what is it that I want to get better at, and what is it that might need some more learning, some tweaking that I need to do in order to get to the place where I'm wanting to be as a YouTuber/business owner. And I'll get into it in a minute, but I do want to check in with you so that you can give me some feedback of what isn't working for you and maybe what really is working and what you'd like more of. So Now that I've started it, we'll just go with it. A really big piece for the end of this 2025 year is me to connect with you more so that I can continue to grow and learn and know where I'm on the right track on your side of things and what you want more of me moving forward. So I'd love you to reach out and share me a comment, let me know what it is that's working and where I might be able to improve going forward. And then the third question I ask myself is, what's one small action I can try next? And I just told you what mine is. It's reaching out to you to see if I can actually get some feedback in real word from you and not just from myself. So I really honor my time of hearing my own wisdom, but this is for you. So I want to know what you want more of, what's landing and what's not landing. So to finish off this series, this 4-video series, I want to put it back to you and I want to ask you, if you're in square through right now, remember this is a time where you're basically like that hero and you are trying hard things. You're getting yourself out into the world and sometimes it's going to fail and that's part of it. And other times you're going to get yourself pulled up, you're going to try again, and you're going to find the way that feels right for you. So remind yourself that this is square three. Remind yourself that this is trial and error. Remind yourself that the struggle is what's going to make you stronger later. And ask yourself, what's one small action that you're taking now? And without judging yourself, where is it that you have something to learn and something that you need more time with, more education, more practice, or whatever that might be. And I feel you. This is sometimes really hard to keep going when you know that there's still a hill to climb, but it's how we get better and better at creating this vision that we have of ourselves. Before I close today, I just want to pause for a moment and thank you so much for being with me in this my recent trip back into YouTube. I really, really appreciate you being here. And I also wanted to let you know that showing up here weekly is very much a part of who I want to be as I'm creating my next phase in business. And I really hope that I will be able to see you again in the new year. But for now, I want to wish you very, very happy holidays. A Merry Christmas to all of you. And I look forward to seeing you in January. All right, take care and bye for now.